Hi guys, if you've watched my other videos, any of my other videos, you may have seen me say once or twice or a billion times that I don't like to tell people how to shoot. I've always said if you can hit the cue ball where you want, in the direction you want, at the speed you want, and do it consistently, I don't care what you do. And I don't think really any instructor should. They start to me, sounded like a little bit pompous and like a know-it-all or a wannabe know-it-all at least. When they start saying, you must have a slow backswing, you must pause for 1.326 repeating seconds, you must follow through twice the distance, and I, did the ball go in? That's kind of the ultimate test, right? For this video, what I want to talk about is, it's probably something that I would tell people, don't do this. So I'm not breaking my rule of, I don't want to tell people what to do. Don't do this unless you are very impatient and you're, maybe scared of bank shots. 30 years ago, I was very impatient and young and brash and all that, scared of bank shots, and I shot really well. And I want to talk a little bit about what I did back then. Again, not recommending anybody does this. Times have changed. Pockets are tighter. Back in those days, I was mainly playing on bar boxes, either 3.5 by 7 or 4 by 8. But it worked pretty well for me. And the closest I've seen to this is Tor Lowry called it automatic aiming, although I really don't know if it's the same thing because I haven't watched Tor's video in 5 or 6 years. But the pacing was certainly there. What I'm saying here, I'm going to shoot the one. Just all I have to do is get close at this point. And of course, the younger and more talented and all that, the closer I'm going to be. And when I say get close, if I decide I'm going to put top right or whatever on it, get close to that. Just get close. And then I'm rotating on my bridge hand until that one is going to go in the hole. Now this is obviously a pivot, but it is not a pivot like center to edge or Pro One or anything like that. Those systems want you to pivot to center ball. I'm talking about pivoting until the ball is going to go in the hole. And of course, you have to know how to shoot and stuff. And I guess the more you know how to shoot, the easier it is to be sure that the ball is going to go in. When I was much younger, I would do what I just said. That's the way I shot, except it was very fast. It was hard to tell that that's what I was doing. And a lot of times, instead of this pivot motion happening down here until I know the ball is going to go in, a lot of times that was all happening as I came down. That right there is similar to the Pro One thing. I'm not stopping at center ball. I'm not worrying about center ball. What I'm worrying about is the object ball going to go in the pocket? And I was very good at stuff like that. The reason that I said, don't do this unless you're kind of scared of banks, is mainly because I'm not stopping at center ball. I don't really know where I'm going to stop as far as what side spin or lack of side spin I'm going to put on the cue ball. The entire goal here is put the ball in the pocket. And the ball doesn't care. If I shoot this 4 in there, in that corner, it doesn't care if I had left spin or right spin or draw or follow or whatever. It doesn't care. And it shouldn't. But if it's a bank shot, the balls actually do care what kind of spin you have on it. So this is, for me, it was perfectly fine. I'm coming down like this right now. That's not even really close. But I can still pivot. I can get to a certain point where that 4 is going to go in. I happen to have a little bit of right English on it right now. But the 4 is going to go in. Let's just pick another thing. Pivot over. Can I get to a point where that 4 is going to go in? No, I cannot. That's one of the important things about, well, any aiming method or sighting method or shooting method is if I realize I can't make that 4, that was my bridge hand right here. Ideally, you're supposed to stand up and reset and do all this. If you're lazy and in a hurry and all that, sometimes you might just be able to just do stuff like this. But I can get on the shot, pivot, and tell me what's going to go in. Don't really care what spin I had on the ball. If I did, there's a bug. If I did care, and on some shots I do, when I'm doing that getting close part, get close on that as well. If I want to put bottom right on the shot, well, let's just say right English. So I want to go here, here, and back out for the 7. I don't want to put left English on it. I don't want to kill the ball down there on the short rail. I just want to have kind of a rolling ball right spin. So as I'm doing my getting close step, do that. I may not be perfect, but I can pivot, and I'm still going to be in this right English category. And when I get to where that ball is going in the hole, then I can, or like to hit it just a tad harder. But as long as I clear D8, I'm fine. And actually, this probably worked out because I have an angle that I can go down for the 7 then. I did a video once called shooting while sloshing or banking while sloshing, something like that. When it rains a lot, I get a damn carpet down here. And right now, it's been raining a lot. We had tornadoes, and then tornadoes again a couple days later, and hail, and it's been raining like crazy. I don't even feel like I'm sloshing right now. I feel like I'm almost wading through my basement. They're not, but it feels that way. So of this shot right here, I'm a little bit close to straight in, right? So I don't want to shoot this shot with right English and risk shooting basically a stop shot at it. So when I'm doing that getting close phase, I can get close with a little bit of left. A little bit of left, pivot until the ball's going to go in the hole. I still don't come out far enough. I misjudged the angle on that shot. Yeah, that's me again. I kind of got off on a little bit of a rambling tangent in the last video, but I liked most of it. I'm going to try to salvage it. I usually don't like to do a lot of cuts and stuff in my videos. I like it to be one solid take. But in this case, I'm just going to do a cut and see if I can salvage the first part of that video with this part. Just a summary is get close, pivot on your bridge hand to where the ball is going to go in. You may end up with right English, may end up with left English. Get it where the ball is going to go in. The more experienced you are, the better you're going to be at that. The more experienced you are, the better you're going to be at getting close in the first place. And the most important thing about this is don't do it, because it's not reliable for banks. It's pretty reliable for things like 9-ball and stuff, 8-ball, especially on a bar box. But I think anybody that really considers themselves to be a serious pool player nowadays, no, they're better off being a little bit more by the book. 30 years ago, I was not a by the book player. I couldn't afford the books. if they even existed. So that's what I did. And get down, shoot, get down, shoot, get down, shoot. I was in this huge hurry all the time. Don't really know why I was in such a huge hurry. Maybe the whole think long, think wrong thing, that saying, maybe that was really embedded into my brain. I just, oh my gosh, I can't think wrong, so I won't think at all, by God. All right, that's all I wanted to say on this video. I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.